I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Philip Mezey, Itron's President and Chief Executive Officer. Mr. Mezey is an industry visionary working to drive digital transformation for utilities and cities. During his tenure at Itron, the company has grown from a metering technology provider to a leader in the Internet of Things, connecting smart devices to better manage resources. Mr. Mezey helps drive dialogue around utilizing technology and data to create more connected, vibrant, efficient, and safer utilities and cities. He has served the company in several capacities throughout his years with Itron. Before Itron, Mr. Mezey worked at Silicon Energy as Vice President of Software Development and was a founding member of Indus, a provider of integrated asset and customer management software. Please welcome Mr. Philip Mezey. Thank you. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Excuse me, it's a pleasure to be here on stage at DistribuTECH again, the premier event in our space. And to be here in New Orleans, which of course reminds many of us of Katrina in 2005. 1,800 people lost their lives in this terrible tragedy. And we are here today to talk about utility, reliability, and resilience, the future of the electric industry together. And so I think the topics that are suggested by Katrina are very important. And as we think about Katrina and the rebirth of New Orleans, of course, we're so happy to be here with Entergy, the sponsoring utility for this event, and a excellent customer of Itron that's making a very significant investment in advanced metering infrastructure as well as distribution automation. And so really plotting the path forward and taking leadership in such a strong way. And as we think about that theme of reliability and resiliency, the challenge of providing clean, affordable, and reliable power has never been greater. We face environmental challenges in the form of, most recently, a polar vortex, powerful hurricanes. I happen to live in California, in which forest fires are becoming an increasingly common occurrence, really a part of a norm, and have created an amazing disruption in the utility industry. At the same time, fuel sources are becoming more diverse, and balancing and securing the grid with multiple new players involved is also a very significant challenge. How are we going to meet that challenge? At the same time, you're being asked to do more with less. How do we think differently? How do we use data in new and interesting ways in order to gain the kind of insight that we need in order to most effectively target our problem areas and resolve difficulties, and do that in a way in which we have a tremendous number of aging assets that are way too expensive for us to replace in their entirety, estimates of up to $5 trillion to replace the electric grid as it exists today. How do we use data and think differently to target those specific areas where investment is going to yield the greatest return? Teresa also talked about the challenge we face with our customers, actually the tremendous opportunity we have with our customers, digital citizens, who are experiencing a level of service using their smartphones and working with their service providers in ways that are very different from the way the utility industry has historically interacted with their customers. How do we meet those challenges? How do we provide them with the timely information they need and the level of interaction? And at the same time, we live in a world of a more diverse grid, of challenges of decarbonization, of challenges of climate that are really changing the face of the grid as we have known it. On that diversity of fuel question, 29 states in the United States now have renewable portfolio standards. Another 9 states have voluntary standards. Significant strides are being made in diversifying fuel mix in the country, bringing with it both opportunities and challenges. In 2017, 54% of utility capital spending on generation was directed at renewable energy, 42% on clean gas, Since 2010, the cost of solar energy has declined by 70%. This is triggering a really significant change of building a more diverse bidirectional grid and introducing new players, and at the same time bringing on this incredibly exciting opportunity of electrification of transportation. Wonderful opportunities for us. And as we think about how to meet those challenges, what we have found is that a significant number of our customers over the past 10 years have made substantial investments in what they thought were automated meter reading systems of a kind, advanced metering infrastructure, to build a network to collect consumption-based information. Along the way, what they found was by being able to sense when the power was on or off at homes, that they were able to dramatically improve customer service, shorten outage times, and improve the reliability of the networks as a whole. We are now working with our customers on analyzing the information that's being collected in order to build a more reliable and effective grid. Powerful networks make possible giving all of you the situational awareness you need to understand what's going on with your electric, gas, and water distribution networks, to be able to connect to your customers in a way that was not possible before, to provide your customers with the information they need in order to understand how and when they are using electricity, gas, and water, and how they can do that more effectively. And as we've worked on understanding how to connect more devices onto these very powerful networks, we've seen the opportunity of including distribution automation on these networks, being able to control and understand the low and medium voltage network, and increasingly to reach out to devices like streetlights and other types of sensors to include thinking about smart cities and how gathering information from a wide variety of devices can help us to build not only more efficient utilities and more successful utilities able to connect with their customers in new ways, but to embrace cities to build more livable, more environmentally sustainable cities, and to provide digital benefits to an incredible number of people. So we see building a network as a foundation for how it is that we meet the challenges that we've been discussing. So as we spend a few days together and you're looking at all of this wonderful technology and all of this wonderful opportunity, I'd ask you to ask these questions in your mind. How does this technology improve the reliability of systems? How can we better target where the problems exist in our infrastructure in order to get solutions out in the field? How does this system produce the kind of data and insight that makes it possible for us to connect with our customers in a way that was not possible before? And as we think about a world that not only faces risks that we've talked about, environmental risks and financial risks, all of us are aware of the growing threat of cybersecurity, the challenges to privacy of the information that we're collecting. There's a lot of powerful technology out there, and there are a lot of possibilities. But how we guard our customers' information and keep it confidential and keep our systems secure is absolutely essential as we bring more technology into the grid. And then this final question about resiliency. What we've seen most recently with Hurricanes Harvey and Irma is that advanced infrastructure is able to significantly cut down on the number of outage minutes experienced by our customers to speed the restoration of the system and generally improve overall customer service. How does connecting our grid provide better resiliency, better resolution of issues, and prepare us for an environment that is going to face a tremendous amount of weather uncertainty and a diversity of new players that need to come together in a secure and reliable grid? With that, I wish you a curious, interesting, and engaged week, and want all of you very much to enjoy the show. Thank you very much.